Hello, hello out there. Hey, YouTube. Hey, it's Dr. Tamara, aka the Comeback Queen. And just wanted to pop in and answer a question that I get asked often. This channel is to help build courage, to help you walk with, to be fearless, to walk with courage, to live a life that you love, to live with purpose and to find your way to that great comeback. And I get asked this question all the time because, as I said before, I am a clinical therapist along with being a certified life coach. And people are always asking, like, what is the great difference here? And so I thought I'd pop in and just talk about that for a few minutes, just to give you some idea on, how my career goes and really what the industry states is the difference between counseling and coaching. As you're aware, coaching is a large platform now, and there are so many different types of coaching that takes place. But let me start and kick it off with counseling. I've been a licensed professional counselor for quite a long time, and I've worked with thousands and thousands of people with a lot of different issues. And so, what the difference looks like as a therapist when I'm in that position, working with emotional health. Everyone is not psychotic and mass murderers or anything like that. Sometimes we just need a little boost, and so a lot of folks may have anxiety or depression. I work with vets, I work with families, I've worked with couples, I work with children, I've worked with everybody and with a lot of different things in their life. But it gets down to basically we're looking at what that emotional status is, and then we're looking at the past, where a person has come from. Then we're looking at the present, where the person is right now, and then giving them a pathway for the future. And so you're always in and out of those states, whether that's the past, the present, or the future. And you're dealing with the myriad of psychological issues. And it doesn't mean that a person is crazy because they seek a mental health professional. Sometimes it just needs somebody to walk with them to get through a position in their life right now. So a person may be going through some marital strife, or a person may, have a lot of anxiety on their job, trying to figure out how to make things work. Sometimes there's depression that hits us, and a myriad of things. And now the big buzzword is narcissism. Everyone, let me just say that about narcissistic stuff. Everybody is not narcissistic, so people need to start using that term unless you really have been diagnosed or really know what it means. And then they're always talking about gaslighting. These are psychological mental health terms that can be diagnosed by a professional like myself. So we just need to be clear that everybody who is always thinking about themselves is not always considered a narcissistic personality. So let me go back again just to rehash that. Now that you've heard a little bit about it, counseling is looking at the past, looking at the present, and looking at the future, perhaps, and developing a treatment plan for that client to begin to feel better and to work themselves on the other side of not being anxious so much and all the other things that you hear out there. So, as a coach, what does that look like? I am a certified life coach. So, how is that different? How that is different is normally in coaching, we're looking at the present and looking to the future. Like, what are you trying to accomplish here? What goals are there? So I'm a life coach. There are business coaches. There are so many different types. Executive coaches. Health coaches. The word is endless in terms of what people are doing to accomplish what they're trying to accomplish. But in my life coaching space, I am working with people to help them with their lives. Establishing those plans. I do some business coaching too, but more life coaching. And so a person is saying, I need to figure out how to fit into this portal. I need to figure out, what my retirement's going to look like. I need to figure out how I can manage my team better. And a lot of that has to do with themselves and how they're lacking in some area. Um, I need to fix my life. I don't have necessarily emotional diagnoses, but I just need to fix my life. I need to fix some stuff in my life. And that's when I tell folks, get up off the couch so we can go. So the difference again is that as a life coach, I'm looking at the present and then where you are right now and then where you're trying to go so that we can develop a coaching plan to get you there. So I am a licensed professional counselor. I have a license to do the clinical work of diagnosing and et cetera. And then in the coaching space, I have the training to do the life coaching because they do have some differences. But one thing that I can say is that I can dance between both of them. And so you're getting a 2 for 1. If you hire me and seek my services, you're getting 2 for 1, where we can work on some of that anxiety stuff, but we can get that life plan in place so that you can live your best life and your blessed life. So I just wanted to hop in here to answer that question. I get asked all the time, like, how does that work? Well, for me, I just do it naturally because I've been counseling so long that the coaching was just so easy for me to hop into because I've been doing counseling and coaching anyway. It just didn't get the label until recently. So I'm excited to be in this portal, to do this YouTube platform, to be able to accelerate the information that I have been trained and have in my heart to do to empower people to be their best because it ain't over, folks, until it's over. There's always room, always time to change, to have that comeback. And now you know what the two platforms look like. So even if you have a little anxiety or depression, then seek the help that you need. There is no condemnation on that. There's a lot of talk now because of COVID and what it has done to our psyche. So seek the help that you need. And if you need a coach, I'm here. And if you need a therapist, I'm here. So you're getting a bang for your buck when you look at talking to me. So thanks for listening. I hope this has given you some clarification on the differences so that you can understand it when you're seeking out the person that you need to work with. So leave your questions below, hit the bell so that you can subscribe to my channel. And I am always here to help. And like I always say, you can't get the help if you're lying on that couch. So get up, let's move, and let's do it together. All right, take care. And until next time, be blessed.